Warhammer Fantasy RPG and the Mediocre Mercenaries. I am Lashak. I am the GM of this show. No, we're an experience. Okay, this is an experience.
Not a good one, but probably technically we are experienced.
Yeah. And we are going to continue with our tale of a wandering group of mercenaries set in the grim, dark world of Warhammer. So
You
again,
can cost murder hobos. We're okay with it.
you're not quite murder hobos, you know. But
Not yet.
anyways,
We seem to be turning into stealing hobos, but that's a whole different thing.
I'm
Some
Lashak.
of us.
I will be your storyteller and host, and joining me tonight is a cast of colorful, clusterfucky shenanigan clowns. I don't know. I need to come up with
I'm
better
definitely not a
nicknames.
clown.
Yeah, I agree with
I
that.
just want to be an official fuckwit. That's my one goal.
Okay,
in life.
you can be an official fuckwit.
Yes!
Doug is our official fuckwit. All right, so why don't you introduce yourselves, starting with you on the leftmost there, Spency boy.
I'm Spice-tacular, and I'll be playing Spencer, the greatest swordsman in the party.
That next
That's
is
me.
Yeah.
I'm Jado. I'm playing Foundar. I'm an elf, but one with only a single head, unlike some elves. Segue to...
I think all elves only have one head now.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about. I'm Coyote. I'm playing Delween, the single-headed elf. And I'm back in with the clan of
Recently single-headed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
recently single-headed.
Yeah.
Halfway to his former high score.
His relationship with his cranium is on Facebook under It's Complicated.
It's very complicated.
I'm Blackhawk. I will be playing the Dwarf Magnar.
I am Doug, the newly promoted official fuckwit, and I am playing Angran the Thief.
Remind me to send you the paperwork for the benefits you get as being the official fuckwit.
Oh shit, I didn't even know there were those. I just like the title.
Oh, well, then never mind. There are no benefits.
Wait, hold on.
All right. Anyways, so on with the adventure, where we left off last. Who wants to give their best recollection of what happened last time we played?
Shot not.
So we faced off with the evil wizard Heinz and the big monster chef that he created, which we believe took the form of was Lord James Harden. Beat the crap out of Chef real quick. And then Heinz disappeared into a tongue or something along those lines.
Yeah.
We tattled on the bad guy to Witch Hunter, and also somehow a castle got set on fire. There was an explosion, and we pieced the fuck out of the town.
Tasty blew up.
Tasty blew up. He's still alive, but unconscious and not here.
And
Dolly
now
had a
half.
second head that we decided to chop off after we left the town.
Mhm.
And various members,
Despite my good plan.
various members stole several things in the ensuing chaos on our way out of town.
And Angran the Thief stole nothing.
Yeah, actually, Angran failed his job.
That's not true. He stole the hearts of America.
I doubt I'm Canadian.
So I think that is about
I think that's what you have
happened.
to be to steal.
We also agreed to take a message to the church in Altdorf from the Witch Hunter, and that is currently where we're en route to, camped somewhere between Eilhart and Altdorf.
Yes.
Our most recent exports
And
are Justin
Lashak told us-
Bieber and Shawn Mendes. I don't know if we're on good standing right now. Sorry, I'm really talking about the important things.
Lashak told us there would be complications with our trip to Altdorf based on a series of rolls we had at the end of last session.
Yes. So that was a very good recap, actually.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Going.
So where we enter back into the story, zooming in here, you guys have been traveling. You know, it's going to take you around a week to get to Altdorf from going on the river from Eilhart. And it's a little slow going at sometimes because you've got one person on land with 3 horses and the rest of the people on the boat, and you have severely injured Dolween and Yvandir as well, who are not able to help out a ton because Dolween just had his second head cut off and Yvandir got exploded out of a castle. So You guys are making your way. It is the beginning of fall, as you're making your way through. The first few days of travel go pretty well. It's hard. It's not hard to stay on track because you're just following the river. So as it's starting to get towards the evening on the third day, I need everyone to give me perception rolls. With your special eyes, my elves!
My favorite words.
Special and eyes?
Well, together.
Oh.
It's very specifically together, of course.
Okay. Well, look at all those gorgeous failures.
Minor failures.
Minor failures, yeah. Well, this
Wait,
is...
Tater, your perception's only normally a 10?
My perception's normally a 20.
Oh, you only get 10 from that. Okay.
10 specialized.
He's not very smart. No, okay.
I'm very smart. I'm just not trained in perception.
I am trained in perception. I'm not very smart. Just
So
covered
you
it.
guys see this, but not as soon as you probably would have liked, but as you're going around the bend in the river, there seems to be a series of a trio of trees from each side of the river have been knocked down into the river, and your boat is on course to crash into this, I guess, almost makeshift dam.
I steady the horses.
I try to stop the boat before it crashes.
Okay.
I'm on land. I can't help.
Give me a easy rowing check, so that's plus 20.
I snore.
This is the best time for me to be doing rowing.
Oh, yeah,
Trust the
no.
row.
Expertly,
I am the boatman.
Boatman.
expertly you guide the boat to shore, as right about where Falandar is stopping with the horses. The trees...
Hey, brother, is that going to be a problem?
We should probably move it.
Guess. Okay. Can I is there somewhere to tie the horses to here, like a tree or something?
There's plenty of trees, yeah. You could definitely
I just
tie
wrap them up and I grab out a rope and start walking over towards the dam to see if I can just tie a rope around it and just pull it loose.
Okay. So you go there and begin securing a rope, and you're going to attempt to dislodge them.
So, I don't leave the city much, but do trees normally fall over on their own?
Not this neatly, probably, but
Are we about to get shot again?
I would keep your shield ready.
Shit, I forgot a shield.
I would grab Yavandir's shield and keep it ready. So yeah, I want to just try to yank I guess I'll tie. Like you said, they're just stacked logs, basically.
Yeah, they seem to have fallen from each side of the river.
Okay, I would try to grab the second one down, so not just the top one, and just try to yank that and see if I can make it unstable.
Okay.
Also, wait, which way is the river flowing? Towards Altdorf or away from Altdorf?
It would be flowing. It would be flowing.
I guess it'd be flowing away from Altdorf.
Yeah, it would be flowing away from Altdorf.
I
I haven't been focusing too hard on that because, yeah.
It can be very slow.
Yeah.
But either way, you might, if it is flowing that way, you might want to get the hurt people up on shore, because when I dislodge this, there might be a rush of water.
Okay, someone help me.
I will help do that.
Okay. So you begin getting everyone up, the hurt people on the shore. At
I'll
this
secure
point,
the boat,
Dolwyn,
too.
you're no longer unconscious, but you are, in a lot of pain. You didn't know, you've never known a type of hurt until you've had a second head cut off before. That's a pain on a level that I wouldn't even know how to describe.
changing experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
Kidney stone.
It's like a headache in my ribs.
Far worse than that. Considering
Real bad.
it was
Real
then
bad.
immediately like covered with like seared shut and then treated with the best of Yvandir's abilities. And he himself was pretty hurt. So
If
Yeah.
anyone drops a Vandir, they're going in the river.
all right,
I
so
say
probably-
as we lift.
After you do that, you should secure the boat too.
um,
Wow,
I'll
I
stay
didn't
with
think of that.
I'll stay with the boat.
You're staying in
Want
the
to
boat?
stay on the boat?
can I get one more series of
I'll
perception
keep
checks
it on
from
hand.
everyone?
Yes.
You mean for this clearly not a trap situation we're in? You just want to see
Ah,
how safe
Yeah,
we
we're
are?
fine. We're totally safe, guys.
Made it.
I
You
agree.
never get off the boat. You never get.
I mean, then
so
I'm gonna
as-
wash you away, and I don't know what to tell you.
Magnar Dolwyn, as the two who are pretty much not doing anything actively at the moment, you watch as
Are they ever?
the others are going about, and Dolwyn, it's you who notices actually a figure very like effortlessly and quietly emerge from the trees behind Angram. With a bow steady in hand, but not and an arrow notched in it, but it's not like pulled back or aimed. Just kind of casually steps out with the ease and grace that you're used to seeing from the elven kind.
I say in a very loud voice. Well met, kin.
In what language?
Elvin.
Yes. Dwarves are excluded.
And the human, don't forget the human.
Yeah, but I don't care about humans. It's
Oh.
an elf dwarf thing. Come on.
Wow!
Now that our halfling's not around to kick around, we gotta
Oh,
like
because
move up the
humans
races.
are like the middle child of it all. I
Yeah,
get
everyone
it, I get
doesn't
it.
care too much about humans, but elves and dwarves, they don't like each other, man. I mean, he's okay, but he has too many fucking brothers.
What's worse, being hated or ignored?
Yeah, no, you guys all hear Dolwyn shout this out as you all become aware suddenly of an elven figure in like a cloak seemingly made of leaves and a bow, notched arrow, hood up, standing right about, I'd say, 4 yards behind Angram. He just kind of, or I'm sorry, behind Falandar. He just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Whew,
This
that was
figure.
a close one. Also, it's Angran with an N.
My bad. And Gran.
It's okay, even I don't know my own name sometimes. So it happens when you randomly generate things.
Does he respond?
The figure like turns, pulls back the hood, and is it's a female elf with tightly pulled back into like a bun, dark brown hair, and looks at you and goes, "Are you all aware that you're being tracked?"
I mean,
Well,
when you showed up, that was a good start.
yeah, that does help.
We're starting to see that.
Looks
What's following us?
a herd of beastmen.
Well, that's not good.
It's kind of like
Feel like we would have heard a herd.
That was funny.
What?
Heard a herd.
Yes, we would have heard them.
Never mind.
Well,
Which direction and how far off, if you would?
they've been following along from both sides of the river.
would you like to help me get rid of this dam so we can make our way towards Altdorf and avoid these beastmen?
Seemed like kind of her still like looking around, like all of you cautiously. It's
Is it possible for us to avoid this fight, or is it already upon us?
They would attack at night when you're least suspecting, especially if a full moon arises.
Well, now we're expecting it, so I think we're safe.
I think it takes more than that.
We can't be least suspecting if we suspect them. Thank you, friend. You've done us a great kindness this day.
Just kind of
You
just
have,
like
but
looks
not
at
for what
you,
you
look up and down, looks at you all, looks back into the woods and says, "In Elven, are you certain they seem very harmless and inept?"
That we are.
I just look to Anger and I say loudly, like clearly for her to hear, just like I guess some people have no sense of humor.
Another figure comes.
You do talk too much.
Another figure comes walking out of the woods, and similar garb, but with like a walking stick instead of a bow, and replies back in Elven. "Yes, Linsara. The stars in my dreams have showed me the way to here. This is where we need to be." This elf pulls back its hood and it's shaved completely bald and has a like cloth wrapped completely around its eyes. But then it like looks and like just makes straight eye contact with Dolwyn. It's like
Bandage contact.
yeah, bandage contact. Make straight bandage with Dolwyn.
I'm still working on my leverage project
Wait,
here.
is this still PG-13?
Yeah,
I shrink back a little
it
bit.
was never PG-13.
What RPG did I stumble into?
Your vision then has been our good fortune. Thank you.
So, back in common, that is yet to be seen. Fortune it is, but good or ill, time will
Vision? Don't humor this lunatic. Visions. We're a bunch of bumbling idiots who got our boat stuck in the river.
No, their vision, not ours. We have none. You're totally correct on that. Is that what you meant?
Kind of like tilts his head, and says, "Yes, an unusual occurrence has sent ripples through the wind, and dreams and portents led me here." And still just like staring at Dolwyn through like the bandage and
Yeah, he's getting super uncomfortable with the scrutiny. Doug led us here. Sorry, Anagran. Sorry, Anagran.
If every
The
dream I
boat,
had
man.
came true, I'd be a lot bloody richer.
No. It is not often that one dreams that one of the Acer is corrupted and losing their soul.
Actually, you may be onto something.
I turned to Jado. He must be talking about you.
You shut
Would
your
I know that
mouth
that means
about my brother.
Elf?
Yes,
That's fair.
it's a
All
bit like a term that they use for themselves sometimes.
I know.
I know that you know, but
Spencer would know.
sure, we'll say Spencer knows. Why not?
I didn't know, and I am an elf. This is really awkward.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess if no one's going to help, I tried to like first kind of like try to time this with the first like yank on the rope.
Oh, right, the trees.
Give me a if you're just doing it by yourself, then give me a strength roll.
I'm not expecting success, but for the story.
It seems to be struggling. And it is not moving it. They seem to be pretty well wedged, almost as if like by design.
All right, well,
They fell there.
I know.
for the story and to bash our heads further against the wall, I will assist Falindar in his next attempt as Angran scurries over there, realizing that there was other business to attend to.
So this blind blindfolded elf starts like walking directly towards Dolween. It says, "The obstacle
more
will be
nervous.
cleared once we're certain of the intent of this one."
I mean, you can just take him if you want.
When we pull the second time, does it not work?
It's give me strength checks.
With
both
a
of you.
bu- or
Because I
wait,
have a
you're
third
not
plan
supposed to
while this is all
remember.
going on.
with with 10% for both of you.
Oh, it doesn't. Change my target number. Figures.
Why didn't that go?
Dolwyn gives Angran a bit of the cut eye on that.
Oh, it's just really
Okay.
delayed. Alright.
You guys are really struggling with this.
All right.
I'm
I'm
an
just,
above
just
average
sinking
strength
in the
elf.
mud as they pull.
while the next part of the conversation happens, this will probably take me a minute or so. I go dig through our supplies and get out like the flint and tinder, and I am going to light the logs on fire.
Logs that are in the river.
The top one's not in the not submerged.
It's still wet with water splashing
Yeah,
up
they tend
onto
to
it.
absorb water.
I'm trying to light it on fire.
Okay, that's fine. Give me a
So if
wait,
it's wet,
wait,
give
if it's
me-
wet on
give-
the outside.
give me
Hold
an
on.
outdoor survival roll
Yes.
at -20 because this
Well,
is
if it's wet on the outside, what I'm doing is I'm chopping. I'm basically gonna chop a piece so I can start the fire inside, like
Okay.
a little hole that I make.
A recently cut down. Okay, this is the 40 intelligence character.
I'm just trying.
he's trying. He's ignoring.
You can continue the conversation while Falandar does this in the background.
Okay, Angran's gonna be collecting his rope. He's got lots of it.
I'll address this this blind elf. You see a lot. I have been struggling of late.
You hear a ha.
I wish I had someone to blame it on, but the fault lies totally with me.
Kind of like
I feel I've seen the error of my ways, but I pray it is not too late.
give me a charm roll.
Ooh, I'm terrible at those.
We all are. We have no part in this.
Everyone.
Oh,
Nice.
well
Never
then.
mind. Charming, wrapped up man.
Like
We're so
kind of
sympathetic,
leans
isn't it?
forward and does like a straight up like Rafiki bonks you on the forehead with the staff. Not like a full on strike, but just like a bonk, and says, "Foolish youngling,"
I deserve that.
and begins speaking in common at this point. You brought this on yourself. Do you not know? Do you not understand the rarity and the risk of the corruption of our kind?
In my foolishness, I did not. I'm beginning to see.
Our souls are craved beyond all others by the ruminous forces. No, you are marked now, my friend. They will smell you and track you everywhere you go, and they will fight amongst
Oh.
each other for them.
Oh yeah, you could totally keep him.
I do not want him. I'm deciding whether or not I should destroy him.
Yeah, I'm ambivalent on that one too.
You have such passionate allies.
Yes, yes, true friends, I'm sure. I guess Yavandir's out, so I'm looking at Falandar pleadingly.
He
Found
looks
our
at
busy with his
Magnar.
Tinder.
He like looks over and like takes a sniff in the air. Do you travel with a dwarf?
He travels with us.
I think we kind of travel with him.
Hmm.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
We seem to
Got
be
a
going the
problem
same
with my
way.
kind?
No, it is merely a curiosity.
I'm not for staring, elf.
He's not from much
he
of
actually-
anything else either, though.
But he has a whole lot of brothers.
My apologies for my rudeness. I don't make many social calls. And he turns back to Dolwyn. and just keeps staring up, like look him up and down with like.
Yeah, I'm just getting super uncomfortable. And like shooting Falandar looks.
I believe you. I don't think you have. You are voluntarily leading yourself into worsening what you are. So for that, I will spare you.
Never attribute to malice what can be explained by stupidity, Falandar says as he starts trying to strike matches on the wet tree.
Never.
And then while this is happening, Angran is attempting to tie rope around the horse, or I don't know, not around the horse, but to a horse and then to the tree.
But I cannot help you. I can throw these beasts off of your scent for now, but others will follow, as long as you are marked. I do not know if there's ever a cure or to your condition, but there's one that knows more than me, to the north. If you seek
Please, if there's anything you can, any information you can spare, I'd be grateful.
If you ever up in the north, in the Forest of Shadows, beyond the Middle Mountains, there's
Oh
one.
yeah, why wouldn't we want to go to the Forest of Shadows?
There is
Shut
one, a sage of our kind, well versed in these things, Lorandar. It's like Falandar, but with an L at the front.
Nice. And an R somewhere.
Yeah, and yeah, Larandara.
So it's almost nothing found.
Yeah, whatever. Might be able to do something. We would hate to see one of ours end up in their clutches. But if you were too far gone, then the elves like kind of raises his staff and the eyes beneath the bandages glow. And
Nope, yep, I got it. Thank you, thank you. Yep, nope, got it. Thank you.
If you guys want, you could just take Dolween to see this. There and
Nope, he doesn't want me. I'm good. I wish to travel with my companions.
Here we are. And
That's cheating. That's actually cheating.
technically the
That's a pretty good roll.
Is that a critical success on a 101 target roll?
Okay. And raises up the staff. Most of yours, and the wind picks up for a brief moment, and what was once a fairly clear evening, suddenly like a small gathering of clouds appear, like over top, and a series of lightning bolts strike down from there, blast the very middle of where these trees are all set, splintering them and causing them to whoosh and go down the river.
Hey, watch the rope!
I think I'm like still at the tree, so I'm like dead backwards, covering my face. Oh, a little heads up would have been nice.
just the female kind of chuckles and says, "Oh, but that wouldn't be dramatic enough for his style." Are you done playing with them now, Dola? Can we continue on our way? Yes, I'm sorry, Linsara. Good luck on your travels. And they just nod, and they just start walking back off towards the woods.
Gratitude for your assistance. Again, thank you.
I mean, to be fair,
Really?
we're the ones that put the trees in the way.
Valdar is explaining the exact same thing as they say that. Really, all they did was tell us that we were being tracked by something, but then slowed us down to give that something time to catch up with us.
Wait,
so...
wasn't the Beastman who put them there?
No, it was
No,
those
no,
elves.
it was
You
them.
bastards!
You
They
killed
took
Kenny.
him away, and they've given
We
me.
couldn't just
hope.
have this conversation in a reasonable city.
We were literally days away from Altdorf. Could have just met us there.
I didn't really feel the need to have this conversation today.
Now we have to get everyone back on the boat.
Let's get
Go over to
Evander in there.
Evander, and I grab his body to lower him into the boat again.
We'll grab his legs to assist.
Okay. You guys get everyone loaded back up there and continue your travels. The rest of the way to Altdorf is uneventful, though on the next night you swear you can hear thunder and see flashes of lightning off unto the east, away from you, and hear a loud braying, but nothing ever comes close to your camp. And then the next 2 days everything is fine. Before you know it, on your travel you are pulling in via the river to the grand imperial capital of Altdorf. Via
Do
river.
we heal at all during these days?
If you're heavily wounded, you only heal 1 per week. And
Oh.
so you're going to have healed 1 wound over this whole week. Same with
Losing a head.
Doubles my
Heavily
wounds.
losing a
Heal it.
yeah.
He only got 1 head cut off. Only 50% of his head.
It was like a brutal strike that like took some of my innards with it.
All right, I guess.
I mean, it can't be that much worse than just getting a kidney removed, right? You got 2 for a reason.
As we pull up,
True for a reason.
You got 2 for a reason.
when we get to Altdorf, is it day or night?
You're arriving midday. And Altdorf is roughly comparable to Marienburg in size. It's just all inland instead of as a dock city. And it is hustling and bustling. Oh, on the horizon you can see a series of different large, different shaped and varied towers. Spencer, as a would know that those are the towers of the Imperial College of Magic, and that there is a tower belonging to each of the schools.
We pink. Is it this? Number 2.
Number 2.
Emperor's
I didn't-
Palace.
Oh, there's
There's a legend
a legend.
or
7.
a key.
Here. There's lots of colleges.
Yeah, there are different colleges.
Celeste. Which one's the? What's the magic?
Amethyst, Bright, Celestial, Jade. They're all different schools of magic.
Oh, okay. I see.
And new map to graffiti. Yay!
So, do we just get a map upon arrival, or do
I'm
I
just
actually have to pretend I'm exploring?
I'm showing you guys this at the moment, but you can probably throw on as, welcome to Altdorf as you guys pull up over there towards the docks. It's mostly for reference.
Oh, where are the docks?
And we're coming from
Number
the
6.
south, right?
Yes.
There's number 6. All right. Pull in the boat. How much do I have to give this con artist of a dock keeper?
Con artist of a dock keeper? What? How could you mean
It's
that?
my boat. Why do I have to pay more money to just have my boat?
That's actually
It's
how
his
boats
dock.
work, though.
I pushed 2 dwarves for this boat. 2.
No, it's if you want to rent a space to keep the boat there, it will cost you. Oh, let me remember that.
Is that in the book?
It may be in one of the books. I'm actually kind of basing it off of like some travel costs, but I don't think it is
This-
in. Without digging all the way into the variety of weirdness that is the Old World Armory, because they have prices for all sorts of weird things there. I'm gonna say that to rent a spot's about is gonna be 5 copper a day.
Oh. Oh shit, that's easy.
It's not
I'll
horribly
pay-
expensive for both your sides.
I'll also
And-
pay for it out of our party coffer.
And of course we mean brass. Because there's no copper in this world.
Whatever.
Sure.
So you said 5 a day?
Mm-hmm.
I give him 50 for now.
Okay.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
50 brass pennies.
That's not much, right?
50 pennies. It's like, all right. And, you know,
I remind everyone that the reasoning for my bandages is supposed to be magical injury.
well, in luck, to add to the credibility of your story, you now have Yvandir, which half of his body is covered in burns.
Well, once I wanted
Really
to
had
have a
enough
team while
bandages
we're
for
at
me.
the dock,
Mm-hmm.
after we get everything, like, because I imagine that I like horsed my way
Yeah,
to the dock
you had to
meet them
come.
there.
You had to come in through the gate.
But I then pull out as I'm paying. I pay for the dock to get boated, and then I also take out 13 of our gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I give it to Dolby, and I say, "Well, I guess you'll be wanting to make your way north from here. The road leads straight to the forest. It's been a pleasure traveling with you."
I'll take the gold. I'll take the gold, but no, I'll travel with you. Thank you.
No, I mean,
No, we're good.
I think that it'd be in your best interest to follow up on that lead as quickly as possible.
But whenever we're ready to set sail again, I will be by your
Well, I
side.
can't be guaranteeing that we're going north.
Sail. Does
Sail.
this look like a
Dun,
sailboat
dun,
to you?
dun,
Did you not
dun,
notice it
dun, dun.
rowing all the way up the
That's
river?
why I drew it. If I drew it as a sail, it's a sailboat.
You kind of
That's
drew it
good.
as like
Sure,
a capture
sure,
the
that's
flag
a sail.
boat.
That's a capture the sailboat.
Sure, it's a magic sailboat.
Well, all right, I
Flying
guess-
angry and just rowing all the way up outdoors.
I hope our travels lead us that way, but I have pledged myself to you, and I will be in your service.
I
Until-
free you from your pledge.
If only you could do so. We are bound.
Sorry,
I wish I'd gotten a Wookiee instead.
I had a character right
You
now,
get
but did
some
you actually
fur
go
wraps.
into servant?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he's bound to you, dude.
Yeah, I'm what is a servant without a master? Wherever you go, you're not getting rid of me.
So yes, you arrive out of it is bustling. There are people all over. This is the capital of the empire. Almost anything you could imagine to find, you can find here. You have paid. You can even see from where you are where the Grand Temple of Sigmar is, because just like across the rivers and the way of here, there is a giant temple with a huge golden statue of Sigmar Heldenhammer, the founder and god of the empire.
Quick question, everyone. Do we want to sell these horses?
Yvandir wanted to keep one at least.
He doesn't get a voice.
I don't see
I'll
any reason
voice
why we
for
want
him.
to keep them. Really,
Why we want to keep them or would not want to?
why we want to? Yeah, we can sell them,
Oh.
especially if we're keeping the boat, right?
Yes,
The
I
boat
can see that
is
there
being
would be
kept.
uses to have some of the horses, but they're also a little bit tough to maintain, and they are worth quite a bit of coin.
Why can't
Yes,
we make
they're worth
things on the map?
Let's sell them.
You should be able to draw on the map. There should be nothing preventing you from.
I'm not drawing. I don't want to draw on it. I
Other than
just
your
want...
own personal decency.
Oh shit!
I'm
I'm not drawing on the map. I just wanted to ping it.
Oh,
You
click
click
and
on the
hold?
thing, you hold down.
I know how to do it. It's just not working. God.
Are you on the arrow option in select mode?
Yes.
I checked
Not
something real
retarded.
quick. So we're here, and then okay, it's just 20 feet to the market.
Yes. Here you go. There you are.
Wait. All right. And, 15 feet.
Yeah. It's a.
John.
Yeah, just
well,
a
would
few
anyone like to
steps.
come with me before we
What
sell
is
the
this-
horses?
what
I'm
is
going
this,
to
a
use
city
them
for
to get
ants?
to deliver this message.
And how I'm going to explain this, like with the map, is Spencer knows Altdorf. He's been here
Mhm.
before.
Ah.
He actually said that he may be wanted here. It's hard to say.
Can you point me to the temple, Spencer?
Delwyn
Yeah.
spent a lot of time here too.
Which temple?
Sigmar, we need to deliver I have the letters still that we need to drop off. I figure I'll just go do that now.
Oh, that's why we're here. I
Yeah.
totally forgot.
I mean, you're,
Dolwyn, you may not want to come to the temple, at least. I still think you should probably head.
I wouldn't dare dream of leaving your side. Wherever you go, I shall be with you.
I lean over whispering. What would he do if we ordered him? Head.
You cut out a lot there.
What would we do? What would he do if we ordered him to move north?
I think he would find a way out of it. He seems keen on staying.
It's a pretty terrible.
We could always leave
I can
him in the
hear you.
river.
And yes, I would.
Shit, he speaks Elven too.
Okay.
Who would have
Well-
thought?
Would anyone else like to come with me to the temple of?
I would.
I'll go with you. Oh,
No, Dolwyn, you should definitely not go to the temple.
It could be dangerous. You need me, sir.
It's a temple, and it would only be dangerous if you're there with me and I get caught with you. So you cannot come.
It's
You can
dangerous.
stay
for me
with
by
Magnar and
myself.
Spencer. It's fine.
That
we
would
don't
be
all have
very
to go.
dangerous for me.
You stay with Evander. You agreed your life to him as well, and he needs his wounds tended to.
Damn it, you've got me.
oh, that's a
Take
good
some
one.
of that gold if you're not going to go north, and find us a place to stay tonight.
Very well.
And maybe, heal my brother.
All right. Do either Magnar or Spencer want to go to the temple? We have 3 horses.
Yeah,
Wait, I'm not
I'll
getting on
stick with
that.
you.
Okay. Well, you're getting on a horse.
I thought we could just walk.
No, we're gonna ride the horses over. It's
Oh,
easy.
good God.
We can always sell them. We might as well use.
Unlike Marienburg, there are actually decent-sized streets and bridges, so that it's like completely fine to navigate on foot and by horse.
Yeah.
I've never been on a horse.
We're not going quickly. I'll just tie it to mine, and you won't be able to get lost.
I also just had a tasty alcoholic beverage handed to me.
Magically like that?
Yes,
If I snap my fingers, do I get one?
I didn't snap my
Yep.
fingers. I didn't even ask for it.
I-
I didn't know it
I'm
was
just- I'm
coming.
just-
It just appeared. Okay.
Well,
my
then how do I
girlfriend-
get one?
I don't know. Have an
Snap-
awesome
I
girlfriend.
think you have to need it. I think. Well, Lashak has a vision board, and I believe tasty alcoholic beverage is on the vision board. So you have to first make the vision board, and then you have to believe in the vision. And the universe will give it to you. It's a
Because we
secret.
didn't have tasty music tonight, I got tasty beverage. All right, so we
But
have
as they go off, I say, I will tend to your brother's wounds. Don't worry.
Okay, now
And
I'm
it-
more worried than I was before. He's fine.
As soon as they're out of sight, I start going to the temple with him. Because that's where he'd be healed.
okay.
Wait, is that true? Do temples just hand out healing, or is it more like the
Well, you gotta buy
random
it, right?
If you-
shops that we found
if you wanted to
before?
go to a temple for healing, you would actually want to seek out the temple of Shayla, whatever. I actually don't.
Shillelagh.
Yeah,
Shayla's
Alright,
gift.
the sisters of Shayla are the known as like as healers, and they deal with.
And I believe
lepers.
Magnar is still with Dolwyn and Yvain.
Magnar has not said what he's doing.
Yeah, they can go where they want. I'm dedicated to you, man.
Magnar has just been listening to the bickering.
I feel like
this
that's.
is his chance to dip.
I feel like that's just
That
most of what
sums up 7
Magnar
weeks.
does is just listen to everyone else bicker.
Oh, he's gotten into some bickering himself. Don't play the proud dwarf here.
It's just
Yeah,
got
the
a
last 7, like
sour
the
luck.
first 3 weeks were he was involved.
Magnar is actually going to try and find a dwarf here in this city.
Oh, there are dwarves abound.
Yeah.
Like that is not going to be hard to find dwarves here.
Is
He
he
actually-
directly related to any of them?
Still actively wants to be recruiting.
Mhm.
So he's going to be taking as many of the flyers as he can. To like if he can find like something similar like a dwarven merchant or a another smithy.
Okay. Well, actually, what you could get pointed to by Spencer would be there is a imperial, I believe it's College of Engineering.
Okay.
and that there would be a lot of dwarves involved with that, teaching humans. Just
Okay.
yeah, Imperial Engineers School.
Imperial Engineers School.
Where
It's part of the University of Altdorf, which is right up here.
Is there a big black box on the map?
It's the hunger.
I don't see a big black box on the map. I see your character's
was.
portrait.
It disappeared as I said that, but there was a big black box.
Oh, so it's at the
I saw it, I
at
saw
7,
it.
the
Seven,
University
yeah,
of Altdorf.
7 is the university campus.
Nice. That is definitely where Magnar would be going then.
Yeah,
Let's stay with Magnar, Dylan.
But Yvander in his wounds must
Yeah,
be
no,
tended.
keep them both with. Go find a place to stay near where Magnar's going. We'll
Very
meet back
well.
here around sundown.
okay. So you guys split in your group, going to the temple and going to the university.
Wait, how much gold did you give me? 16?
I gave you 13.
13. Thanks.
So you guys begin making your way. You've docked up your boat. So let's see. Do we want to handle temple party or school party first? Let's go with temple party.
Aw. I rolled temple party anyway.
So you guys passing through the God.
Alright.
They're busy streets. There's apparently a bunch of people protesting a window tax.
Man. I want to look inconspicuous. Trying to not get noticed.
Okay. You're gonna do that. That would be a concealment check.
Yeah. Ugh.
Okay. You are trying to look inconspicuous. But you guys.
But doing it on top of a horse, so you look extra conspicuous.
It's true.
As you guys make your way over and you arrive, there's the great cathedral of Sigmar. There's this big kind of open temple part to the front, kind of like almost like a Parthenon, with a large golden statue of Sigmar, and then behind that is this great cathedral, big towering turrets, and it's just a gorgeous piece of architecture with giant stained glass windows. There's lots of people about. There's priests out there proselytizing, telling people like that Sigmar will save them, repent sinners and blasphemers. The normal everyday stuff.
Is there any like guards at the front or?
The temple does have their own guards. There's a nightly order that is dedicated to it. And there's a few of them about here and there.
I will walk up to one of the first ones of those that I see. I guess at this point, like once we get really close, we can put the horses wherever you put horses when you travel in a town like this.
Yeah, you can just tie them up to a spot.
Yeah. And then I just want to walk up and say, I am on business from a witch hunter from Eilhart, and I have news to deliver. Can you point me to the right person?
Well, you got any proof or seal showing what you backing up your
I-
claim there, boy?
Pull out the letter that is sealed and show it to him.
He takes a peer down at the seal. Right. All right. Stay here a moment. He turns back to the other guard. They kind of whisper to you. He nods and he walks off. Some moments pass. The guards just kind of like keep an eye around, and the guard comes back with a priest in robes with a book and chains like hanging off of his side. And goes, yes. You come bearing a seal from a witch hunter. Come with me. Come.
I go.
I follow.
It leads you guys into the Grand Cathedral and down some hallways to a room where he guides you in, and asks for the letter.
Oh, I hand it to him.
He takes it, breaks open the seal, and reads it. Most distressing news indeed. But I'm told here that you were going to give us a full report on what you witnessed.
I repeat the recap from the beginning of the episode.
And it was good.
He kind of like takes note of it and goes, well, we will deal with this.
I don't mention the stealing parts.
I assumed as much.
I gave him the rundown of what happened.
Yes, thank you. You have done a great service in guiding this here safely and unmolested. And he tucks it away. And then he kind of like looks at you like, so what, with a look that basically says, so why are you still here?
I
Works
was
for me.
informed that the letter contained details about our additional payment on delivery. I was happy to do it for the good, but also I have friends and family that need to eat, of course. You understand?
Ah, yes. The mercenaries, of course. Of course.
I'm like, think about, like, my hand goes into my pocket where my mercenary badge is, and I think better of it, and I don't
Don't
pull it out
you
right now.
dare.
He, reaches in his pouch, like, tosses a small, like, pouch of coin onto the table between you guys. There you go for services well done. The church is always in need of skilled and loyal servants if you are ever looking for more work in a good cause.
I doubt we are either of those.
Would you say that out loud?
Probably under my breath so Falandar can hear it, but if the other guy hears it, then yeah, whatever.
I think we have just arrived at Altdorf, and we are definitely looking to spend little time in the city, but I will gladly come back before we leave if we are in need of work. We've obviously fully support what the church is doing in all of its ways. You guys keep up the good work. And I kind of just grab the bag and stand up.
He kind of arises and nods, goes, very well, then I shall see you out. And he begins, leading you out and says, if you do come back, please, seek me out.
I offer him my hand and I say, Falandar.
Waldemar. Theocrat Waldemar.
You want to type that for me, Chief? I can copy and paste.
Yeah, we'll come back. You've been such a pleasure the first time.
I mean, he gave us gold and didn't try to kill us, which for us...
Tried to get rid of us before giving us the gold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
That's the standard, though.
he sees you out and turns and goes back to whatever it was he was doing beforehand. Meanwhile, Magnar...
Back at the farm.
Back at the farm. Magnar Dolwyn, you and injured Yavandir, who's kind of, he's in about as good a shape as Dolwyn. They're both ow, but they're able to move. Arrive at the big sprawling campus of the University of Altdorf, and it's not hard to find the Imperial College of Engineering from the amount of smoke and loud explosion-like noises coming from it.
Okay.
There's lots of
Seems like a good direction to be then.
students going to and from back, and as you guards are watching you guys go by, but there's a lot of people going to and fro. But as you're approaching the college, you see that out front, they have sectioned off a large area and they are testing a steam tank. which suddenly blows a broiler, and there's a huge like gout of steam into the air, and a big boom, and followed by a loud amount of cursing as a like now like pretty not fully burned but really red skinned all over dwarf comes crawling out of the tank. Ah! Who didn't check the pressure valve? As he walks over to some like students holding tools with big like fearful looks on their face as he like grabs a wrench and just like smacks them in the forehead with it. Go and fix it! I don't want to see high or low of you until you do. And he sends them scurrying over while he stops and stands to look. Weeks worth of work wasted. Incompetent fools.
As we're coming up.
Yeah, that's literally what you guys see. Like, there's an area that's blocked off for this. They're testing this steam tank, and yeah, no, it did not go well.
Dolwyn gives Magnar a kind of a smirky look, like silly dwarves.
Pardon me, brother. You look to be a bit busy. I was wondering if you had a moment.
Oh. No, I'm definitely not working right now, he shouts as the students that are working there. No, yeah, I got all the time in the world. Grungy's beard.
I was wondering if I could talk to you about something kind of family related of sorts.
I'm listening.
Magnar like kind of like bustles and like looks for the papers and gets them out in like a weird like wadded bunch, and says, "Well, we're putting together a crew to take back one of the old keeps, and I didn't know if you knew anyone who might be interested, but I'm kind of going to anybody that I can find, to be honest."
Let me take a look here.
All right, I hand him probably two on accident. I just kind of take them out of the wad of writ papers that I have.
He looks at you through like his blasted hair and ruddy skin from the heat. Like I said, not enough for like degree burns, but he's pink. He's a pink dwarf. What's your name?
Magnar Blessed Grip.
Snorri Steam Shovel.
Good to meet you, Snorri.
He takes your hand and he starts reading it over. This be real?
100%. By my beard and my blood.
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
Welcome.
Krakvarn's been lost for many a year.
Don't I know it?
I may know some people. Let me, He kind of like gives you a look over, kind of like figure out how, like you get the feeling he's trying to like measure you and just figure out how legit and capable you are.
Okay, fair.
I might know some folks, myself included. What you say you and your compatriots meet me back here tomorrow, end the day before sundown. I'll see who I can't wrangle up and what we can't talk about.
I'd say that's pretty fair. I think we'd be honored to have someone with your skill with the machine on board.
Now, if only I could teach some incompetents how to work the machines! He yells again at the students.
Good luck to you, and thank you.
Yeah. He rolls it up and like goes to like look to put his pack, realizes that like most of his stuff is like steam pressed at the moment and slightly damp, and more than slightly damp. looks one of his students and yanks the satchel off of his waist, puts the parchment in there, and ties the satchel around his own waist.
He definitely looks awful busy. I'll look at Dolween and I'll say, well, that's about enough effort out of me. Let's go find a place to hole up.
There is a matter of healing if your urgent business is complete.
Yes, healing or whatever. He looks at the almost corpse-like figure.
Yes, whatever.
Of both of them, really.
I just shake my head and like lead Evander away.
Yeah. Lead on. Magnar literally only knew how to get here because that was just like the one-track mind like thing that he planted. Like going to a school, going to the school, gonna find it.
That's why he was very good at delivering letters. One thing.
You'll discover very quickly why Magnar has had one job in his life, and he's been very good at it, but it's been one job.
Mr. Postwar.
You are Kevin Costner.
You. All right, yeah. No, oh man, God, that's
Could we not do that though?
that's a whole campaign right there. Everyone's Kevin Costner. One
the
person's
post-
Postman
oh.
Kevin Costner. Another person's Waterworld Kevin Costner. Who wants to be Dances with Wolves Kevin Costner?
I call Field of Dreams.
Man, you guys are coming up with a new campaign idea every day. I still haven't played D&D.
I was gonna be the Kevin Costner from what's that movie I just watched? Damn it.
And I'm done with this conversation. Moving on.
The one where it kidnaps the kid?
No.
So, you
Well,
guys are.
he's the chief of NASA.
Oh, Hidden Figures.
Hidden
And let's jump back
Figures.
in.
Anyways, yeah. So, moving forward, you guys then go off and are going to go look for healing. There will be other temples that are not quite as big as the Grand Temple of Sigmar. As you can start making your way across the bridge there, you're going to actually run into your other compatriots as they were making their way back from the church themselves. You kind of meet on the bridge.
Excellent. Have you found us a place to stay, Dolween?
No, unfortunately, we had to oblige the dwarf in his urgent business that takes place in a year first. We are presently on our way to go get some healing, because that is obviously the least important thing we should be doing right now. As I'm holding Evander up and he's holding me up at the same time, we're kind of like leaned into each other.
Okay. Well, if you are on your way, I guess we can just follow along.
Okay.
I have somewhere I need to be. And I'm going to walk away.
What do you do with the horse? Do you take the horse? Or you're just like hopping
Yeah, the
off and
horse.
walking away?
Yeah.
He hops up
Screw the horse. You were already dragging the horse.
I
Not an
was.
inconvenience for you.
You hop off the horse, hand it to someone else, and walk away.
Yeah.
As the rest of you begin making your way
Specifically this way.
as you begin making your way to the temple of Shalya. Shalya, whatever. I really don't know how to pronounce that correctly. Shallya. It's been bugging me for years. So,
It's actually just Shannon, like the Irish.
oh. Alright,
Let's
so
not go there. This is where we don't want to go.
why? You don't want to go to the Palace of Retribution?
No, that sounds like a bad place to be.
You don't know that for a fact.
Where's the Shayla temples?
That's
They're
gonna
not
be
marked on the map.
because it's the Shayla Temple's not. They're not gonna permit another big grand temple like the Cathedral of Sigmar. It's just gonna be around more of the like upper tier places.
So where on the map? Give me a number.
It's gonna be around the this region near 11.
Okay. Then, Dolwyn, do you think you can hold Evander up on a horse?
I will do my best, sir. Whatever you
never
want.
mind, actually. I put Evandir on my horse. I was like, Magnar and Dolwyn, you can take the one that's empty now. That way Magnar could support you, and we can ride over there together.
All right, good. He's the little spoon.
He's the little spoon.
Yeah.
You kind of have to, yeah, I kind of have to spoon to ride a horse together.
I don't know that I want you nestling up to me like a baby monkey boy.
Just make sure he doesn't fall off, Magnar. We'll be fine.
I'll hold on to your paper bag.
Yay,
we're
paper bag. Anyway, so you guys make your way over and find the temple of Shalia. And there's, at this point it's like, getting mid to late afternoon. But there are sisters that are out, offering food to poor people and such to the masses. That's just what they do. They're all very simple cloth, kind of looking, with just kind of like, a hood and simple clothing.
Oh, alright, wow. I think Spice learned how to use the
I was
map.
having the same thought.
writing tools.
Yeah, I figured it out. Still
It's
can't
like
hang though.
exchanging. Make sure your controller alt key isn't held down.
Yeah, normally it's just click and hold. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Is buying healing very standard transaction, or?
I mean, you could go and beseech them for healing, and the request.
Oh, I'm asking if I've done it before, or is it more of like a kind of have to talk around it and ask for things?
No, you can basically please sisters, enter, and they would ask for a donation to the church type
okay.
deal.
That's what I was saying. I was like, when we get there, I greet this as hello, good morning, sister, good afternoon, evening. I guess it's probably evening by now. Good evening, sisters.
I feel Dalwyn would know this because he partied a lot in this town and probably needed healing at some
We've
point.
come to make a donation to Shayla and ask her blessing on a few of my brother and his friend.
So as we come in, Dalwyn's like, so a priestess of Shayla and a rogue walking into a confessional. I'll finish this later.
True. Yeah. The Giving Mother will see to all that. We just simply ask for, please, first, a donation to the church, and we can definitely see to your wounds.
Do I have a idea of the amount that is standard?
I mean, paying for a physician would normally run you 60 pennies. So.
Okay. I give them 1 whole gold.
Oh, well then, yeah, they are
Hey,
More
pig
than-
spender.
more than happy to
Hey, big lobster.
go about, and it's gonna be 5 wounds healed to Dolwyn and 3 wounds healed to Evandir.
But Evander is mysteriously still unconscious.
No, he's conscious. He's just not talking much.
Does that take either?
That
of
is
them out
pretty
of
much
the,
unconscious.
It's
for
gonna
him.
take both of them out of the heavily wounded category.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's below 3, right? Or below 4?
Yeah, below 4. 3 or lower.
Okay. So, do they stay overnight, or is it a quick?
It's gonna take some time, especially with Dolwyn not wanting them to remove all of his bandages and see his condition.
Allow me my dignity, please. Don't remove the bandages.
They just end up going around the actual site of your wound, which what are oh, good Sir Alf, what happened to your side? It looks like a most grievous wound.
I was struck by the greatest swordsman.
Give
The greatest swordsman that ever was.
give me a charm roll here.
Oh, I got these. Nope.
Perfect.
I see.
Fortune point! Fortune point!
Yeah, no.
But they- no,
I have a feeling I'll need those very soon.
So they spend the time. It's it takes probably a good 2 hours to get it all seen to, for both Dolween and Yvandir. Meanwhile, Angran.
I say thank you for your aid, and I give him the 13 gold I was given.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
It was given to me for healing.
No, that was your whole cut. It was given to you so you could leave.
I was told that was for healing.
No, you were not told that. I gave it to you and said, enjoy your time
The
to go
money,
north.
told to leave.
Oh, that's right.
And then we decided.
Didn't you give me money for healing though?
No, I was trying to give you, like, here's your cut. See you later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was trying to buy you out.
With not even your full share, by the way.
yeah.
I think only Falandar knows exactly how much cash we have on hand. And 13 seemed like a reasonable number
don't
to give
know.
you.
All right.
I just assume
I have
Falander's
8 gold
entitled
total,
to my.
so-
Yeah.
So okay.
I just require the modest of stipend. So I do give him another gold though.
Oh God. So. Meanwhile, Angran, where were you going?
I am going to the market because Angran got jealous when Spencer and Tasty stole a bunch of shit.
Okay.
And he
That's
feels a
pretty
bit of an
good.
itch.
Oh no. Okay. Well, the market's nice
Things
and
are just going too
bustling.
I hope it is. I'm counting on it.
Yeah. So, what are you looking to steal?
Angran is gonna keep it low key and just look for a little bit of pickpocketing action. You know, someone not like super important looking, but important enough that they have a little bit of coin in a pouch.
Like
on
a
their
low,
belt.
like an all right merchant, not like
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the here is my wares of super dangerous weapons that I totally know how to use.
All right. Well, first, give me a perception roll for your special eyes.
Perception. Okay.
Plus 10%, additional, to try and spot your mark.
Perfect. Yes, I am good at thieving. Haha.
Okay. Well, all right. Yeah, you spot someone that you think is going to be looking for. So you're just trying to like do describe to me your attempt to pickpocket and steal from this. It's this burger. This.
I think well, is he a merchant just kind of sitting in a stall, or is he walking around?
He's walking around. Stealing from a
Yeah.
merchant in a
I think
stall would be harder.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's just a classic walking through the market, looking at the wares. Oh no, I bumped into you. I'm so sorry. And now his coins are in my hand. How did that happen? I don't know.
Dun dun dun. All right, then give me a sleight of hand roll.
My favorite roll. I haven't used this campaign. I really wanted to do it. I'm gonna use a fortune point on that immediately. Warning that. Don't even pay no attention to the previous roll.
98. 98.
Ha!
Oh.
Ha!
So you kind of like do the whole bump up and get his coin purse, and then continue along the way. He doesn't seem to notice.
Just kind of whistling, looking at the wares. Nothing happened.
Doo-doo.
And I believe I am sated.
Okay. So yeah, that all in all took you like maybe an hour to get there, scope someone out, do the bump and grab. I'm sorry, not bump and grind, bump and grab.
This campaign is taking a bit of a turn.
And as you start to make are you still like browsing the market, or are you just immediately making your way back to find your allies?
I think you don't want to attract immediate attention. You browse for a bit. There's no danger. I got away with it clean.
As you are browsing about, a rather dirty, stinky-looking fella kind of like sidles up next to you. Oi! Fancy anything?
Are you the owner of this establishment?
Oh no, I don't own anything here. I guess you could just say that this is a bit of our territory.
God damn it. What, do you want half?
Oh, I think that would be more than fair. Considering you're poaching on someone else's turf, and you're... Looks you up and down, I don't think you're from around here, are you?
Was it the ears that gave it away, genius?
Oh, I think it was the I'm better than everyone look on your face.
Alright, well, I try to, as discreetly as possible, count out maybe a bit less than half of whatever is in the pouch I just took.
Okay. Give me a quick evaluate roll.
Hey, I just trained this. It's still 27, but yeah, all right. Don't worry. I'll
Okay.
give him the whole pouch. Alright.
You count. You grab. You think like about half the coins, and you slide them over to him. Ah, reasonable man. I like it. Just careful over here. This market's watched by Renaud's children. And he gives
Now
you,
I am leaving the market.
he
I don't
gives you
care.
a wink,
Still
pats you on the
talking.
shoulder, and leaves.
No, I left first. I need to make it clear. I
Oh,
left first.
He goes to pat you on the shoulder, and you just walk away. And he misses, and has this kind of like look of disappointment on his face.
Perfect. We have an understanding.
Yeah. As you
Sorry, what was it? Renaud's children?
Mhm.
Okay.
Renaud is the human god of luck, thieves, and kind of
Ooh.
the
I'm
roguish
just
types.
debating whether Angran would know that. On one hand, it's religion and human
It's commonly known.
yeah, but Angran doesn't have all the common.
I'm gonna say that you know that because
Alright.
that would be like knowing, it literally just be like knowing really basic religion because people worship Renaud where you're in Marienburg, so it's not like
Not like this big hidden thing.
yeah, it's not a minor cult. He's sure Sigmar is like the big god here, but he's not the only one.
All right. And now Angran, slightly disappointed, is definitely leaving the fucking market.
Okay.
I don't know where I'm going, but I'm just gonna.
But
make
hey,
it
the
stay
guy,
around
yeah,
for
the
a
guy you
bit.
didn't pickpocket didn't know this, but the local thieves in the area did. Hence the two.
Sure, I'm
rolls.
used to dealing with that bullshit.
Oh yeah, totally. Everyone's territorial. Okay, so you guys have entered into town. You've gotten healing. You have pickpocketed. You've delivered your letter.
We need to find a place to stay.
That's not difficult. There's a fair number of inns and whatnot around. So the real question is, how high of quality do you want to go?
Medium low?
Yeah, 4.
4.
Low.
I think 4 to 10
Or
sounds
low,
pretty
low.
close.
low.
I want to go somewhere that like I'm not afraid that somebody like that it's like in leagues with somebody like a thieves guild where they just let them in your room to steal your shit. Because we have a lot of shit we're stealing right now, but I don't need to go somewhere fancy. Like whatever is a very like I want to pay for security and not for comfort.
So, like, if we're going to put it into the basic level of craftsmanship, that the game defines stuff as poor, common, good, or best, what you would be looking for common or good
Common?
at this point.
Common or
not-
good, yeah.
Common, yeah.
And so, like, a common room or a common tier inn will net you a private room for 10 silver a night. A good one would be 30 silver a night for individual. And the room's typically going to hold, like, I would say, 3-4 people comfortably.
But uncomfortably.
But uncomfortably, you
It'd be
could
like
pack...
all 6 of us, right?
Yes, you could pack all 60, like con style.
Well, we can stay. I'll like basically once we meet back up with Angran, because knowing my brother, I would go back to the spot where he left us, expecting him to do the same.
Yes, that's totally where I meant to meet and not at the boat. Yeah, look, I'm on the
Yeah.
bridge.
Um, and I will tell him like, well, we can find a room at, and I'll assume like we checked places on the way back or something.
Yeah.
We
I-
could get one room here for 30 silver a night, but it's a little more in the nicer part of town. We might have to worry about less while we do our business here, or we can get 2 rooms this other inn for 10 silver each night and sleep a little more comfortably, but I don't know how much I trust the innkeep. It's probably fine.
I'll say
If you want-
for half of that, for 5 silver a night, you could get a private room in a poor quality inn on the,
I don't even offer that shit.
the shitty part of town.
Do you guys think we could all pile in one room at the nicer inn? Would you be up for that?
I mean, we could. Yeah.
I don't take any issue with it.
Mm.
All right. Then I buy us one nice night
Okay.
at an inn.
So you go and get yourselves a room at.
Especially while we still have the horse.
Especially yes, because the good ones will kind of throw in the stabling cost.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys get a place at an inn called the Hammer's Rest. It's a nice.
Near the engineering college?
No, it's actually more closer to the temples.
Okay.
It would put you like right around like here.
Gotcha.
Because the hammer's a religious symbol here more than it
Gotcha.
is anything else.
All right.
Sorry, reaping, where we are?
Yeah, right north of.
Yeah.
Right on the bridge we're at, actually.
Yeah, right around. It's in that area. I'm gonna say
Close to
the
your boat.
The Hammer's Rest.
I like being
Actually,
close to my
looking
boat.
out
Can
the
I see it across
window,
the river?
this one is actually on like facing out the river. So looking out your window, you can see the dock where your boat is from here.
Perfect.
No, it's a really nice inn. It's not like this has 4 beds in the room, as compared to just the 2, and they are very nice and soft. Not quite as good as the ones you stayed in at the Lord's estate back in Aelhart, but they're nice, and you get a good meal.
Howard Johnson's.
Howard Johnson's.
That's the orange tray people, right?
Sure. But yeah,
think-
no.
About the Canada people that have the orange trays?
What?
Thing- Orange
So-
trays?
Orange trays. I was like, what?
You guys
Orange tray.
find yourselves, you're at the inn, you're sitting around with a delightful meal, good music playing in the background. And it's evening. Is there anything you want to discuss from here, or do you want me to just forward on through the night?
Magnar will mention that he went to, he did meet what looked to be one of the engineering instructors to try to coerce other engineers or dwarves to commit to the cause.
I think if it takes no effort, that'd be worth it. I also, at the Temple of Sigmar, was offered more work for our budding mercenary group. Seems we've earned some bit of trust by what we did in Aelhart, at least with one man. So, if we want to make plans after, we can see what they want and just do the same thing we've been doing, which is double dip on these jobs. You guys, where we need to go?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, extra work wouldn't hurt, I suppose. I do have a commitment to meet him tomorrow.
I don't think we need to leave right away. I need to spend some time in the city anyway. Reprovision before we get on the road again. And I want to sell one of these horses. I think we should keep 2 of them. Could come in handy.
Dulween
one-
addresses Uvandir and Falandar. Is there anything you would have of me? like purposely not asking Nangran.
Jump into the river.
You mean like right now or long term?
Anything at all, sir.
You want to clean my boat?
Do you say that?
I don't even acknowledge.
I mean, cleaning the boat's probably not the worst idea. I think for now you can just.
If you
You
would
did
wish
rest.
it, I would do it gladly, sir. If you would wish it.
I think tomorrow you and Evander should at least take it easy. You don't have to stay in the room all day or anything, but you're both still recovering. So let's say just do that, I guess. I don't understand what you're asking.
Thank you for the respite, sir. I definitely could use it. There's one purchase I wish to make, but aside from that, a rest would be welcome.
Yes, I'm sure tons of us have shopping to do. We have quite a bit of coin stashed up as well. I mean, I gave Dolin most of his cut, but
It was very generous, sir. I thank you so much.
I've also, like you guys have noticed, been paying for all the stuff like the
Oh.
healing, boat, the inn, all that. So out of our
At this point,
Out of the group fund,
Angran
though, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
throws his pouch metaphorically into the communal pot.
how much is it?
I have no idea. Lashak actually never told me.
You never actually stopped to count it, so.
Well, I counted about half of it when I distributed.
Yeah.
it, but
How much does he
I
think
roughly
is there?
estimate.
Give me a second. I was
I
prepared.
mean, now he's just gonna count it out. Oh, we just count it out coin by
yeah,
coin.
no, that's
We got all
absolutely-
night.
That's absolutely fine. Just give me un momento, por favor, señor. Okay. It comes out to 178 brass pennies.
Oh. It's a big number, and then it was
Whoa.
brass pennies. All right, that's
I'm
fine.
sure your pittance will go far. Thank you.
Just don't give it to him.
I mean, that's
I mean,
almost the whole
that's-
gold.
Yeah, that's 17 more nights on the in a dock. Like, that's pretty good.
17. Wait,
You basically just
10 pennies per
you
night. for the
basically
dock.
I
just
thought it
pin-
was 5 pennies a night.
Oh,
you basically
You're
just
right.
pinched a small merchant's entire week of profit.
Are you trying to make me feel bad again? It's not going to work this time.
You should be proud of your efforts.
I won't ask you where you got this,
I'm
but
sure you didn't have too many children.
Pickpocketing will only ever gain you so much, but
Yeah.
it's.
But I
again,
also don't
nobody
get-
but Falandar walks around.
I'm
with
also
a gold
10
on.
times less likely to end up in jail when I do it.
That's fair. That is absolutely fair.
And it's more at this point just, a tick that he needs scratched.
Hey, free
than-
money's free money, man.
Yeah. The
I,
fucking tax from the government. Jeez. Taking half of it.
All right, well, I'm beat. And then I just leave and go upstairs to go to bed.
All right, who are the two sleeping on the floor?
I'll sleep on the
I'll
floor.
be one of them.
How about the two ones that are already unconscious?
Oh,
They're
I was
they're
definitely
not
with the dog on the
unconscious
floor.
anymore.
Yeah, Dolwyn
Oh, does
Evander's
Gladly.
strangely quiet.
Does-
He's pretty
goes
much
to the
dead.
floor.
does Dolwyn sleep curled up at the foot of Falandar's bed?
Not me. No.
Yeah.
Evander.
No, I think Evander
Okay,
at the
okay.
moment. As in between the two somehow. Even if he has to lie like sideways across the room, he tries to stay as close to both of them at the same time.
Okay. You guys get a good night's rest up for Dolwyn. You're visited again by that dream of the seductive whispers. You see a street that you swear you walked by earlier today in your treks, and it zooms down that back alley again to this door, and it opens and a feminine face seductively gestures for you to enter. And then you wake up.
Do I know where in the city? Could I place it?
Give me an intelligence roll.
Because I kind of know the town. I think I spent a lot of time here.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, where you believe that Pest was, in kind of like this mess of areas not far from the college, is where you
Right.
think that this like it's there. If once you get off the main roads, it's like a maze of crisscrossing back alleys and side streets, and but you believe, yeah, that that's where it is.
Okay.
So, you all wake in the morning, have a nice breakfast, and you have a full day ahead of you.
I first want to sell my horse and my jewels.
Okay.
Yes, let us go to the marketplace.
It is.
I'm gonna stay in the room.
The marketplace sucks.
Do you have any wares you want us to try to offload, Spencer?
No, not really. Actually, I'll give him like the hand weapons out of that bag. I'm gonna keep all the firearms.
Okay.
So, how many hand weapons do you hand over?
As you're going through the weapons, like Dalwyn eyes the firearms like with great interest. It's like
It is-
longing in his eyes. He's like, ooh.
4 hand weapons and 2 leather jerkins. Although, and the leathers, you said was not stamped with the
Correct.
symbol, right? So,
Mhm. Yeah, the firearms will be more difficult to unload.
yeah, that's why I'm not giving them to someone else to do.
So, you hand them off there, and I guess you're going to market.
Let's go to the mall.
Let's go to the mall.
Point of order. Handgran is not
Medium.
going back to the market. Stupid place. He doesn't like it.
Aw. Are you upset because you got, spotted?
That's exactly it. I am absolutely upset
I was
about
confusing
Renault's
cards
children.
with Harvey's.
So here's the real question when it comes to like selling any. The horses, totally not going to be difficult to find a horse buyer. Are you attempting to like literally find someone in the market to buy it off you, or are you attempting to sell it to like a stable?
I'm trying to. Yeah, I think just a stable would be fine. I don't need to sell those somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, you find.
I actually offer it to the innkeeper, the inn we're staying at, in case he wants it first.
He looks over the horse. That's a pretty nice looking beast.
Yes, it's great. We found it expensive to keep up with 3 horses when we mostly only need 1 or 2.
Or none.
He gives it a
She's a fine horse. She's actually trained as well.
once over, and goes.
You're a fine horse.
Oh, but I think it might be a little rich for my blood.
Well, all right, that's fair.
I mean, I ain't got much use for a war horse. As he pats it on the neck.
Do you know where in town the horse of this caliber would be more well received? Who might need a horse like this?
Well, I mean, I guess you could go to. Oh, I mean, the army's always looking, or any of the stables, or some fancy noble. Any
All right.
knightly orders are about. He kind of gives a small shrug. I don't deal much in the way of horses, you gotta understand.
Oh, of course. I appreciate your time. I just thought I'd make the first offer to you as you've been so kind to us to begin with.
He nods. Appreciate it.
I don't. All right. You said it'll be easy to sell it. Like, do we want to play this out or no?
I just want to know where you're attempting to sell them. Is more important to me than the actual effort. Or
For
than
the
actual
horses, I'd
transaction?
probably just be looking for like something like a stable or.
Okay. Yeah. You find a stable around the market, somebody that like brings their horses in from out more on the countryside, and give a look over. Oh yeah, no, I'd say I give you a clean 100 gold for this. Yeah.
Is 1/3 our like normal price? I can't.
Yes.
So. I mean, a horse of this fine, surely you'd be able to sell it for 200-300 gold. You wouldn't be willing to go to say 150?
Give me a haggle roll.
Are you trained in that yet?
No, not yet. Wait, yes I am. I lied.
You got 700 XP.
I am trained in haggle. I am.
All right, doesn't matter.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
fake fortune
what's
point it.
wrong with you? Clearly this horse is worth much more, you fool. I'm helping.
Fortune.
I'm helping.
Fucked it up slightly less.
Give me a haggle roll in your attempt to assist Dolwyn.
Oh, God. Another one of my favorites. Where is it?
I love it. Look.
Please excuse my friend.
Well,
100. Go ahead.
Yeah,
No, this
look,
man is clearly insulting you.
Look, we also have
Do you
to do.
know who you speak to?
No, I really
turn around
don't.
and I say, I order you.
To
Shut up.
I look at the merchant and I am like, you're lucky.
Well, you
You're
elves-
lucky my...
He kind of scratched his head and goes, look. I know what, but you have to take an effect. Like, we gotta feed it. We gotta stable it. Like, we don't know when we'll sell it. So, like, 100 gold's best I can give you.
I will,
He will not take it. That's
accept that
insulting.
offer.
He will accept grudgingly.
All right.
Not begrudgingly, and I will accept it as a way of apology for my friend here. He was badly wounded, you see.
I am
He's been
terribly
very
sorry.
cranky since then.
My behavior is horrible. I apologize.
He goes and like there's a pair of like armed bodyguards, not like city guards but like private guards in here. As he goes like back behind them, comes back with gold and takes the horse off your hand, the light war horse off your hands, and hands you a bag of 100 gold.
Excellent. I do take the time to count it because it's such a big transaction, but otherwise, I thank him and say, "Well, I hope she'll sell quickly for you."
Oh,
And should we come across any more steed, we'll definitely return.
That's many were lost in the war, so the Empire's always looking to get more.
Indeed. Well, have a nice day.
He nods.
Good day to you, sir.
Yeah, good day to you too. Shakes his head. Now the jewelry
That was fun.
is the real question. It's just that: are you intending to sell it to a jeweler? Are you looking to find like a fence? Or are you?
I would consult Angran about that. Maybe before we can jump back before we go to the market.
Flashback.
Flashback to honey heist is the best rules, by the way. I honey heist back to the breakfast and I say, brother, where would you get rid of something like this? And I show him the bagger that I have all the jewelry in. I moved it to like a small pouch or something.
Did you steal it?
I collected our payment for our job we did for the eldest of Hardin.
And can I evaluate it, see if there's any distinguishing pieces of the jewelry or whatever that
Yeah, give me a
link it to specifically?
I also specifically gave all the pieces that had the family crest on it. You can still do this, but
Give me an evaluate roll.
Sure. Yeah, it looks good to me.
You think, oh man, at least one or two of those pieces, they look fake to you. Like, there's no way that's real. That's like
I mean-
costume jewelry.
You could try to sell it anywhere. There's really nothing here of value, even.
I mean,
Wherever we'll take it. I wouldn't even bother a fence for this crap.
okay, sounds good.
Love
Then yeah, I'll just try to sell the jewelry in somewhere in the market, like a standard jeweler.
it. Give me a haggle roll, because this is a little more like, nebulous as you're trying to like hand off this jewelry.
One day I'll move into a career that lets me up my fellowship.
Okay. As this guy is find this little halfling kind of like around the stand there, and he's like gets that little eyepiece and he's looking over and goes, so yeah, whew, yeah, where'd you come by this stuff?
It was payment for a job I performed.
Oh, you got paid well. Let me tell you. Well, but for the whole lot, and it's gonna take up some of my inventory. I'll tell you what. I'll give you 30 gold for the whole lot.
All right, sounds good.
Excellent. He takes it and gets you 30 gold.
We just got robbed. Holy shit.
Maybe.
Excellent.
Wait, can I do like
decision, sir.
can I make an evaluate roll to see if I think that's?
No,
Yes, you
you've
can.
done
You
you've done a
absolutely
wonderful
can.
deal.
Let me just try an evaluate roll to see if I can figure out close to the value of them.
You don't know how much it's worth, but you got a fair amount, and you think he's
Yeah.
definitely lowballing you.
Okay.
You don't know how high it should be, but you think it should be more than this.
Well, let me look around the market to see if there's anyone who maybe has less inventory troubles than you. If that'd be all right, and I can always come back later.
Give me a charm roll with a plus 10%.
Great, excellent. That's one day.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Good luck.
All right, I will take the bag of jewels and proceed to try to find a different jeweler.
Okay. Yeah. It takes you a little bit of
He was
trekking around,
nice.
but you find one. And this is a human woman, like late Middle Ages, looking them over.
Actually, so for this one, Lashak, before I try to sell them, I actually walk in and I say, "Hi, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind appraising some materials for me. I'm willing to pay you for your expertise."
Oh, certainly. Let me take a look. And she.
I hand her the bag and I guess put like a couple silver on the table. I don't know how much appraising would cost, but I feel like a couple silver should come.
Okay. Yeah, you lay it out there, and she begins looking them all over. Well, I've got to say that this is some really good stuff. Like nobility level stuff, but I mean nothing's personally marked here. Not really gonna ask any questions.
So it was payment for a job.
Right, yeah, yep, oh, yeah.
Yes, payment. Wink, wink.
You still there?
Um,
Oh yeah, everywhere you go, I'm going.
I mean, this is, straight market, selling it to somebody, I could probably easily make like 110 gold off the combined of all these pieces. I could take it off of your hands for about 50.
That sounds great to me. You've been lovely.
Yeah.
I would happy to part with it. I don't know any first thing about selling jewelry.
It's all about who you know, darling. And yeah, no, she hands you 50 gold and takes the jewelry
Right.
collection.
I'll take that. I have no idea how much it was worth, but Angrid told me it was worthless, and I got somebody to pay me 50 for it, so he'll be happy.
Wonderfully done, sir.
A little kindness goes a long way, Dolene. You might be quick to not insult or tell people, insinuate that we stole things next time we're in a transaction.
I'm terribly sorry. I have so
Yeah.
much to learn from you.
Perhaps you let me do the talking. I seem to be more of a people person than you. Valandar says with no irony in his voice.
Once again, you're right, sir. I will do my best to hold my tongue. A servant should know his place.
Oh my god.
And then I guess
Just
now I
a
just have to
minute.
unload the hand weapons, which I don't want to.
Yeah, you can the hand weapons you can get a third of their value without any
So
issue.
I think 3 hand weapons and 2 leather jerkins, right?
Yep. So
Leather jerkins are 2 gold a piece to sell, and hand weapon
hand weapons would get you 3 gold each.
gold each. So there are 3
Mhm.
hand weapons.
Yeah.
So 9, 14 more gold.
Mhm.
For
That's
the-
easily don't
No,
have to
13.
bother. Don't have
I'm
to
sorry.
bother with that.
13.
Okay.
Cool.
Anybody that wants to buy anything like all form of scarcity is available here. You could buy basically anything. Certain things, if they are illegal or restricted, might be more difficult to come by, but you can get anything here.
Dalwin wants to find someone who works in metal.
Easy. Done. They're all over. You want them to get a mask, aren't you?
Would like to buy a better party.
You can't afford it.
Well, there's 2 options there, and they're only going to cost you social currency. Either A, you convince the entire rest of the group to roll up all new characters, or B, Angram goes off and you roll up a new character.
When it comes to
One
social
way or
currency,
another.
Maybe someone with a fucking fellowship score.
One way or another, Angram would get a new party.
I want to talk to the party. This could be like after or something at dinner
Okay.
about wanting to spend a little over my share on a suit of full mail armor. Our recent battles have left me a little paranoid, and I would like to. We have 6 members, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Each of our shares. Well, I guess only 5 because I paid Dolbean his.
thank you again, sir.
That's probably. I'm looking to pick up a suit of full mail armor, and it's going to be pricey.
Spend
But
mine.
I'm willing to put back, obviously, into the party to pay you all back. There would be more of you willing to lend me. Maybe we can do any shopping you guys have for rations first, and if we have money left over, you wouldn't mind me
The
upgrade.
armor is going to help you not die, right?
Correct, and I also have this.
I'm in.
Mail shirt that I could then hand off to somebody. In itself, I could probably sell it for 20-ish gold, but if anyone could use it, that would,
Yeah, what
actually-
does Tasty have right now? We might want to. Out of character, we might want to check with him if he needs a mail.
Yeah, I think that keeping it even... I might keep it anyway, because selling it for 20 gold, if we don't need it, we might be able to use it later for something better.
Yeah.
Tasty does need a male shirt for the career he was wanting to go into.
He's gonna be so happy next week.
I'm checking his character sheet to see if he has one in his inventory, but I don't think he does. So,
Well, last time I checked, he was on leather, I think.
no, he has a male shirt. I don't remember
okay.
exactly when or where he got it, but he did.
Did you say what the full armor would run you? Like to the party?
170 gold.
It's
I'll need medium full mail eventually. That's it.
That's the same thing I'm talking about here.
Fine.
But I need
Fine.
it to... Out of game, I need it to move into my next class, which is veteran. So I can't...
That is the same class I'm moving into next to.
Oh, are you
so-
ready as well?
Technically, but there are a bunch of skills I want to buy out of Outlaw, so
Okay.
I won't be moving in for like a bunch of experience.
I don't think I can buy anything else. I think I'm ready to
At a
go.
game again. How much money do we have?
We have 285.
85. You can almost both get armor with extra tone in.
That is the total of the party coffer. I also have 12 golds to my own pool.
I
I have a little
8.
bit of gold myself, but
And we also have we probably have 286, 287. I haven't converted the silver and pennies back yet.
Nor if you guys.
I'm sitting on 368 pennies. But
That's
so we have
what
285. That basically, again, I've been paying for everything we've done, and that includes the 13. That doesn't include the 13.
You guys also do still have those firearms that could be potentially fenced. I have no idea. If
We
Spencer
do not.
wants
What
to.
firearms? I don't know about any firearms. Do you guys know about any firearms? Has
I-
anyone told you?
I
I think we've I think we fenced everything we're planning on fencing today.
Well, sold. Fencing and
Yeah.
selling are two different things.
You're right. Sorry. I think we've sold everything we're planning. I think everything we have with us, we're planning on being part of our inventory.
Okay, I was just
Yeah.
making.
Well, you keep
Or
saying
right.
we, but again, I'm pretty sure Ingrid knows nothing about firearms.
That's
You,
true.
you probably saw them when
Yeah,
Spencer was sorting out the stuff.
I don't
We've been
know.
on the boat.
He's a sneaky dude.
We've been on a boat for a week, and if it wasn't in my trunk, it would have been in plain sight at some point in time.
I think it's safe to say that Spencer is a kind of like a tricky
He's
dude,
shifty
but he's
dude.
not very sneaky. Or very.
Okay.
But yes, let's. Is there anything else you guys need besides standard provisions, which I'm also happy to pay for out of this? I guess our company fund.
Well, Dolby needs to go shopping for something.
I should
for him.
make you all badges.
I swear to God, you put my name on a badge.
Oh no,
I'm
no, not
going
your
back
name.
to Marienburg.
I have to pull out my bronze mercenary medallion. I can
So
make
what?
you
Mine
a
would
collection
just
of
say
these.
thief. Is
No,
that
they
what
don't
you want?
say. They don't say mercenary. They're just a symbol. I forget how I described what the symbol was.
It was like it was like a sheriff's badge star. It just said mercenary on it instead.
You know, I'm pretty sure you
didn't.
literally put
No,
the
it
word
didn't
mercenary.
do that.
Or-
No.
I also
First
recall
off,
the
I can't
saying.
read, so I wouldn't have
That's true.
designed that.
No, but I think it was a thing. Like you said
You asked
that you
for
weren't even
someone.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
like, you
wanted
weren't
a
sure
bronze
if it was-
mercenary medallion. Is
Yes,
what I called
you've-
it. I
you've-
didn't want to say mercenary.
I'm 90% sure you put mercenary on it.
I am more than certain that if we go back to episode 1 and re-listen,
Oh, that's true. We have.
they will.
proof.
You said that
We have
you
receipts.
believe it said mercenary, but wasn't sure because you thought that was extra funny as a player.
Okay, I'll have to go back and listen. Maybe I did. Either way, I'm getting very excited. I can make you all badges. We can be part of. Though, of course, after we spend the money we need to spend.
If you make. me
I
a
look at it
badge
probably
for-
as like, this was not cheap after all.
Badges would not be expensive.
I forget how much I paid to have mine made. I think it was a couple silver. But
It's not much.
yeah.
I don't want a badge.
Well, does anyone need anything more specific, I guess, than the armor I have that we can pick up first and see what gold we have left over?
Magnar might need to do a cut to the next session while I decide what actual class I'm going into next.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we can put the finances like to the side.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the rest of you, we will do this all off stream because spending gold is not that
Super
interesting to listen to.
exciting.
It depends on if you find a merchant whose personality, then that can be fun. But otherwise,
Yes.
like if you were going to fence something,
just
then
go-
that would be different because that implies
We're now in standard shop episode mode. We're gonna pick up.
Now
like,
we're gonna wait till I go through smuggler, then into fence, and then I'll just be the fence.
Oh shit! I mean that'd be handy. But, all right. So yeah. Aside from sorting out money and everything. Whoa! Holy background noise, Batman. You have set out today. You can do some shopping and meet up with the dwarf by evening. Is there anything else you guys wish to accomplish during the day before
Well,
we wrap up
Dolby-
tonight?
Don't really want
I'm
to
gonna
go to the
assume
metalworker.
while they were all at the market, Angram was doing something with the boat. I'll talk to that off stream. It's not interesting or something.
Okay.
Like that.
That's fine.
But that's when you will be spending the time.
Dolwyn wanted to go to the metalworker.
You wear the mask.
Yeah.
Okay, that's easy to do. Be a bit more costly than his little sheriff badge.
Oh, if only you had 13 gold on you.
I believe he has 12 on him. Right?
It would end up,
I've got 22 in total.
Oh, nice.
So any specific material you want it made out of?
I have a
No,
nipple
just-
allergy.
Just something like just a very simple metal mask.
All right.
I have some pictures of examples of.
Yeah, no problem. He can, if you don't care too much about the material, he can make you one for 1 gold.
My brain's going to
Perfect.
some of the harpy masks.
Oh God. All right, so then, aside from that small stuff, we'll handle the rest of the shopping off stream, and then resume next week for meeting up with the dwarf of the Imperial College and whatever else may happen.
Do we really have to meet more dwarves? Have we not had enough dwarves in our lives?
So
You
I guess that
poor
will
soul.
wrap us up for tonight. So thanks for anyone that was watching, be it live or in VOD form. And apparently there's a few of you, so that's awesome. Also, something that I will eventually be looking into because it's not out yet, but Warhammer 4th Edition is been announced and dropping soon. So I'll look at that system when it comes out, just out of pure curiosity. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll be back next Tuesday about 8 p.m. Eastern-ish because we're, unreliable. But we'll be here. See ya. Good night, stream.
Good night.